Home sweet home.
Because the sky is blue, it makes me cry. Because the sky is blue. Because the wind is high, it blows my mind.
We get on just great. You flirt. I smile.
Yeah, we're a team.
Oh, I remember very precisely. I was on the set of The Fifth Element, and Mézières, which is a designer of Valerian, was working with me on The Fifth Element. And then one day, he said to me, you love Valerian? And I said, yeah, of course I love Valerian. He said, why you don't do a film about Valerian rather than this stupid Fifth Element thing? And I didn't know what to answer, because I never thought about it. So I went back home, watched the comic again, came back the day after and say, I know why, because it's impossible. Because there's basically two characters and the rest is thousands of aliens. So technically it's not even possible. And but we still have this discussion for almost 10 years, every year, and then one day I said, okay, let's just study the possibility of making the film. I start very modest, very it sounds huge and crazy to do, so I want to take my time, and I started working on it 7 years ago, and we decide 4 years ago and say, okay, let's go, let's do it. There's 29 albums, so really honestly, in terms of themes developed in the albums, characters, worlds, aliens, there's already a lot. So I picked up a bunch of things inside the 29 albums, and then I hired a couple of artists who works for 2 years to extend, it's almost like for 2 years we were filling the fridge without knowing when we're going to cook. And then one day the fridge was full and you say, okay, what are we going to cook, Every special effect have been decided almost 3 years before, because there's some shots in the film of like 30 seconds. It took 18 months to do. Like for example, there's this flying camera who goes in the big market and goes in the canyon and come back, and like this shot is just like a nightmare to do. And so no, there's probably 2 minutes on the garbage, that's it. For me, technology is tools. It's like you're a painter and then they come with a new brush, and this brush is just easier to use, or a new color. Oh my God, I have a new color now I can use. So I'm not technological at all, in fact, but I'm aware of what they're creating, and if I can use it, if it can help me to tell my story, then I will use it. But otherwise, I won't. What I try to do for many, many years is to protect an environment where you can create things. And it's my only goal. When I was younger, when I did Subway, for example, people say, oh, you cannot take this casting. You have to take this guy because he's bankable right now. And I say no. And I say no because I think that this guy was not the best to play the part. That's it. And the only place where we have to find a place where the money people and the creative people are respecting each other. They have to understand that creativity is one thing. And if you can have rentability from it, great for you, I'm happy for you. But it's not the goal. The goal is to make a piece of art. That's it. And there's a moment in the history where Van Gogh or Gauguin, they couldn't sell a painting for $2. Did they change their painting? No. They continue to paint what they feel. And it's very important that the creative people are not eaten by the business. And the only way to afford that, it's the people. Because if the people are fighting a little bit and say, I'm going to take the risk to see something a little bit different this time, and not the only American blockbuster selling the power of America, like honestly, like fast food. And if you're fighting against that a little bit, I'm not against them at all. I mean, I'm glad that on 10 screens they have 2 or 3 with big blockbuster from America. It's fine. But you know what? I want to see a Mexican film. I want to see a French film. I want to see a Russian film, a Chinese film, a Korean film. And you know what? A Turkish film. Because there is good directors in Turkey too. That's my richness as a moviegoer. I want to have the choice. I don't want to see the same film over and over again. We are in a superhero time right now. I don't even know which numbers of which superhero is working with who. You know, between DC Comics and Marvel, I don't even know which one is in which family. And let's rebel a little bit, you know, or it's not rebel. Let's defend our food, you know, and fast food is great, but you know what? Mexican cuisine is good, Chinese cuisine is good, and French cuisine is good.
I could spend the whole